These iron caltrops were sharp and were slow cooked in human feces and poison to coat them entirely with dangerous bacteria. After coating, they would be held in specially made bamboo containers to protect the handler. To use them, the soldier would sprinkle the poisonous caltrops on the ground for a foot soldier or horse to step on. They were mainly used to protect flanks or to retreat from battle. Reportedly, they were also used in naval warfare and shot from a distance onto enemy ships. Imagine standing on deck and taking one of those to the neck! Holy shit, I actually hit him! Chinese wolf brush. Speaking of Chinese naval warfare, it's the 16th century and China is having a serious pirate problem. These aren't your average swashbucklers. These are wokwo, a fearsome blend of cultures, including Korean but mostly Japanese marauders. They were pillaging and plundering along the Chinese coast using large two-handed swords that could easily chop through wood or bamboo. Bad news for any defender holding a standard issue spear. So how do you counter such a threat? You've got a few options. Option A, a super long spear to poke from a distance. Option B, a shield that could withstand the sword strikes. Or Option C, a bamboo branch.
What?
This was the choice of Qi Jiguan, one of China's greatest military strategists. The wolf brush wasn't just any branch. This was a 13 to 16 feet long shaft made of ultra-hard tortoiseshell bamboo that weighed around 9 pounds. This bamboo was toughened up even more with tung oil and then fire-hardened. At the end of the wolf's brush was a spear tip and branches that were intentionally left on the bamboo stalk. Each branch's tip was dipped in a lethal poison. The wolf brush was used mainly in a defensive position known as the Mandarin Duck Formation. Supported by soldiers armed with spears, swords, and shields, the brush holder would thrust the bamboo spear at enemy attackers, trying to prick them with one of the poisonous branches.
Say ni hao to my little friend!
While it was large and kind of unwieldy, the wolf brush turned out to be extremely effective, as once the people getting hit by the poison branches started passing out, the enemies would try to stay away from it. Some designs were even said to be able to fend off arrows, so it was also good for defense. The wolf brush also required virtually no training, as it was basically just a long stick. You basically just waggled the big bamboo stalk at people's faces and hoped for the best, and it usually worked out. Eventually, the bamboo branches were upgraded to iron branches, which made them even more effective at slicing and poisoning the enemy. Urumi Whip Sword. This one seems like something a kid would come up with when designing their own superhero, but it's real, and it was deadly. Invented in the 11th century in southern India in a region called Kerala, the Urumi whip sword is basically exactly what it sounds like, a cross between a sword and a whip. The Urumi featured a standard sword handle that was connected to one of more flexible metal blades that measured 3 to 5 feet long. Some models had up to 32 blades. The Urumi was used differently than a standard sword.